Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match football show on the internet. We've just come back from London Stadium virtually, where it was West Ham 2, Tottenham 1. Oh, Dan, take us for the starting lineup.
Fabianski in goal. We had Creswell left back, Dawson and Diop in the centre backs, Soufal right back. We had Rice, Souček, the warrior himself, and we had Lingard, flipping Fornals and Bowen and Antonio back up top for West Ham.
You've named too many players then. Where was Flipping playing?
Yeah.
Listen, he got the assist, mate.
Listen,
Lovely.
The surprising bit was Antonio starting, if I'm honest. I mean, fair play to him. He played the whole game, but yeah, I was surprised that he started Antonio today, if I'm honest. I said on Friday Night Pint, I thought he'd bring Fornals in for Lanzini. Could have been Ben Rama, but he went for Fornals.
It obviously turns out to be the right decision to play Antonio, to start him. Like you said, I was very surprised that he stayed on for as long as he did, because you see him tiring out the game. But I think he was at first half, he was a massive positive influence, for us in the first half. Antonio going forward.
To be honest with you, I thought to a man, I thought they was all good today. I thought they was all good. I thought they just worked hard. So, let's not beat around the bush here. Tottenham are a good side. They're a decent side. They're a side.
Overall, they were the better team, and the best team lost today. But at this moment, I don't really give a shit. We've been the better team in so many games and lost. So it's about time that we got the right result. And that's fair. As you said, mate, every player added today was a warrior. They stuck to their jobs. They done everything right. For me, Antonio, he looked a bit tired after about 55, 60 minutes, and I thought he might have brought him off. But yeah, look, I can't complain. The only thing I would complain is how long we let Tottenham have the ball for. I think they had like 70% possession, 20 shots. But the thing is, they had 4 on target, and we had 4 on target. And we took our 2. We scored 2. They scored 1. Happy days.
Yeah, that's it. I think it was just up until the second goal. I thought it was a fairly even game, and we let them. We sat back and let them come onto us. So I think it's not so much that they were like the better team and they should have won, and we were lucky. I just think that's how the game plan went, and we got the 3 points. So, by the way, the YouTube comments don't seem to be working again.
Yeah, I know. I
don't understand it.
I don't know what's going on with that. That's coming up with error. So I don't know, mate. But we never answer the comments anyway. So it's Post-Match Pint Live.
Can't get your comments after the show, like when it goes, and we'll read them and reply.
Look, 5 minutes into the game, we get our first goal, early lead. Bowen with a great cross, great assist. Just before that, I was screaming at Bowen, because just before that, he had an opportunity where he had it in midfield and he could have laid, I think it was Lingard through, and he lost the ball. But listen, 2 minutes after, he creates the goal, so you can forgive him for that. But no, fair play to Antonio. The run of Fornals, which took Dyer away from the front post, it was a great goal, and fair play to Antonio. Obviously, Lloris was at fault for the goal, but Antonio's there and he stuck it in the back of the net, and that's what Antonio would have gone to bed last night dreaming of. That in the first 5-10 minutes, he can get on the pitch, get himself a goal, and he has.
And he's been needing a goal. He's been knocking on the door.
I'll say this though, when it comes up against this mob, because this mob, they make me like they don't learn about like giving it the big and before, and they're not humble. I mean, Scott on our group chat the other day posted 50 pages worth of sort of like screenshots of their forum saying about how much they're going to bury us, how better they are, how bad our midfield are, how lucky we are, and all that. I've seen so many things about West Ham funeral. Bell's got to start for West Ham's funeral and Moyes' funeral and all this sort of thing. Like, it's not that I hate Tottenham. I do hate Tottenham, but it's not that. It's just it's good to shove these things down these people's throats, because why would you do that to yourself? And they come unstuck nearly every fucking time.
Well, the thing is with Tottenham and their fans, I mean, Scott only showed you 50 things, 50 screenshots, mate. I've seen over the last week, reading that forum, there's 800 odd pages on there of them talking about, and it's actually, the thread is actually called Wet Spam. It just tells you what you need to know about their fan base. I mean, they're grown men calling a football team Wet Spam. But look, we always like to get a win over these. I mean, this season, we've taken 4 points off of them. They was 3-0 up at one point in the first game, and they'd
won the league at 3-0.
Oh yeah, you've only got to go on to see their fan channel, their reactions. I mean, they call it our cup final. I think when you've got over 800 pages on the forum, over the last week, I've seen them, and it's what you've been saying about it's our cup final, it's the funeral, Moisey this, we're rubbish. I mean, I see Dan's thing that he done the other day, the combined 11, and how you can argue that Declan Rice don't even get in that is an absolute joke. And that it's just biased with their team. They think they're the best club in London, and at the moment it's all falling apart for them. But I'm not going to deny, listen, they are a good team. They've just got the wrong manager in charge. They've got some good players there. I mean, Son today, he for me was the player that I was worried about. But Soufal just kept him out there. Didn't let him come inside.
Yeah.
He worked hard. Harry Kane, another one. Listen, Harry Kane had a couple of chances today. He's very good at what he does, Harry Kane. He just had an off day. And for us, it was good. Lamela, for me, I thought they took the wrong player off at half-time. I thought Lamela was their best player in the first half.
Did I?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it played into our hand, really. Souček, I mean, listen, we sit here week in, week out, and we praise this man. But what he done today was, you don't see that often. He went up, he got headbutted in the head. His eyes, it was like he was hit by a heavyweight boxer, but he got straight up.
Straight away.
And he was like Arvin Drago in Rocky. You know what I mean? He was up. He was raring to go, and he went off, got stitched up, and come back on. And fair play to the Tottenham defender as well. He didn't make a meal of it. He got up as well. And it was good to see two players that collided get up and carry on. Because that's what we want to see.
The thing is, as well, it don't just stop at their fans, mate. You see Mourinho's comments earlier on in the week with, saying, basically was saying they'll drop off soon. It's a bit of luck, and we'll overtake them and all of that sort of thing. They seem to be doing our team talks for us.
Yeah, they don't like seeing teams like West Ham. Yeah. Obviously, their rivals are, they hate Arsenal, they hate Chelsea. We do. It's London pride at the end of the day. And at the moment we're top dogs in London. We're sitting fourth in the Premier League. Will it end up like that? Who knows? But whatever happens now, we've had a great season. But yeah, Tottenham should be doing better than what they are, but they're not. So what can you do? You can only do what you do. You win games of football, you move up the league. They're not winning, so they're not moving up the league. Don't worry about little old West Ham, this little old East End club, the small club with a 60,000 seater stadium that are just going by their business. Got some good players. Okay, we're only 3 or 4 injuries away from it being a disaster. We know that, but at the moment we're riding our luck and we're grinding out results, and we're sitting where we deserve. It's not by luck; we deserve to be there.
Yeah, I think this game was massive in terms of defining, what we're actually trying to do this season, and, not just getting a point and getting the actual win and showing that, we actually have intent to go on and push on and try and get those European places. Even if we don't finish fourth, the fact that we're in the race and we're staying within that race, it's big. And I think this game was one of them games.
A couple of weeks ago, we got up to fourth, and there was teams with 3-4 games in hand and all of that sort of thing. And you thought to yourself, I thought to myself, I don't know what about you boys, but I thought to myself, I'll enjoy it while it lasts. I know what this is like. But as the weeks go on, and I've always said this, games in hand are not points on the board. You know what I mean? They're not points on the board. And we've just gone about our job. Yeah, we have we got beat the other week by Liverpool, which was, it was a little bit of a disappointing result when you've seen what's happened to them since. But, they've lost games, and we've just plodded along. The Tottenham fans again. I mean, I just had expressions on bless his heart. You know what I mean? I know he didn't want to do that. I know for a fact he didn't want to do this. But he's saying if he can get us top 4, do you think honestly he can get him in the top 4 now? They're 9 points behind us.
Yeah, no.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you know what Mourinho done the same at Man United. He'll have his eye on that Europa League to get them in the Champions League. He'll want to win that to get it. I think he knows that top four's sort of, unless they go on a massive run now, they'll have to win every game they've got left to try to get into that top four. It's going to be hard because there's 4 or 5 teams that can late charge in this season. As you said, if this was 4 or 5, 6, 7 games into the season, we were sitting fourth. We'll all be sitting here going, but there's 13 games left of the season now. We've got City next. We know that, but we're still in the mix. If we lose the City game, listen, if we get a point against City, it's massive. If we get 3 points against City, who knows where we can go this season? But it's
I'll really believe if we was to beat Man City, I'd believe I would be starting to say we're getting that top 4. But like you said, even a point is a bonus. You look at that game because they're absolutely on fire, and even Chelsea have got to go against Man United. I think Man United have got to play Man City. So even the teams around us have got these difficult games, so they're all going to drop points as well. So.
I mean, as I said on Friday Night Pint when we previewed the game, I said that whoever wins the midfield battle today is going to win the game. And I thought Souček and Rice come out on top of Ndembele and Højbjerg. Right. I like Højbjerg. I think he's a really good player. I don't know why he was crying his eyes out when Fornells headed it against him to get a corner. I don't know what was about there. But you know what I loved about today as well? I know the referee got a little bit card happy in the second half, but it was a good old-fashioned London derby. Tackles going in. The ref was letting play go at some points. I don't know. I think once he got his first yellow card out, he sort of got used to getting it out because there were some challenges there that weren't worthy of a yellow card, especially the one where Bowen got sort of nudged in the back. I don't know why Lamela, I think it was, got the left back Regulon, I think his name is, why he got a yellow for that. But no, I just thought the game flowed well. Listen, Tottenham had more of the ball, and I said that the other day they will because they've got players that can keep the ball. And in the first half, we had chances. They had chances. It was just we went in 1-0 up and happy days. You made Mourinho think, what am I going to do at half time? And he took off, as I said earlier, their best player in the first half, Lamela, and brought on Gareth Bale and Doherty, I think it was.
That man, I'll be honest with you, mate, that man is finished.
Bale?
He's finished.
I don't know. I think that's hard to say.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
Or Bale. Who are we talking about?
I think if he wins a trophy for them, I don't think you can say it's fit. You have to, like I said, judge him at the end of the season because if he wins the Europa League,
let's see if they win a trophy.
Yeah, if he wins the Europa League for them, then mission accomplished for him, really. But yeah, I mean, like you said, like Ryan said, obviously we forced them into having to make them changes at half time. 2 changes because they just could not deal with us at all. We was great. We was getting some really good chances, getting some good spaces, and we missed some glaring ones. Some absolute. I don't know how Bowen. What happened with Bowen there with that chance? He gets through on goal, and he sort of puts it onto his back heel and scuffs it. And...
I think. Do you know what? I think in his head, he thought the flag was going up. That's why
he's got to play to that whistle.
Yeah, that's what he's got to learn to do. Is just play and see what happens. Where it proved it with a second goal. I mean, Lingard today. He started off the first 10, 15 minutes. He looked really lively. Then when Tottenham had more possession, we was chasing shadows a bit. But one thing I do want to bring up about Fornells in that first half, I know I see him get a little bit of stick on social media after the game. But I'll tell you what, if you watch that game back, you watch what he does when Souček's off the pitch for that 5 minutes. Yeah. He worked his arse off chasing that ball, winning it back, sitting back. So he done a lot today, and that's why Moyes starts players like Fornells because he does that for you.
I think I think, to be honest, mate, the thing I like about this side, and I said it a couple of times in the fan cams today, is that there's not many games now, and this has been my accusation for the past 3-4 years now while we've been at this stadium. There's not many games now that I can look at a player and think, you haven't left everything on that pitch today. Even down to the players that have been here in that time, like Cresswell, Issa Diop and all of that. Sometimes I think Issa Diop can be a bit lazy. I see this thing on him today, got booked, and I see the concentration on his face. And the concentration on his face was... Everybody in that squad wants to play. Everybody is not whinging about not playing. There's no egos in there. Even the players that I thought there may be egos, like the Lanzinis, who's going to sort of throw his tools down, toys out the pram and think, I'm not playing, fuck this. When they come in, they all, to a man, hit the ground running. You know, Issa Diop has been phenomenal the last 2 games. You can't discount the, I think and I was saying this to Dan earlier. You can't discount the influence that Craig Dawson's had on the side. You know, since he's come in the side, we've looked so. And as I said to Dan earlier, I'm so, I've never been so glad to be wrong about a player. I don't think I've ever been as wrong about a player in my life than I have Craig Dawson. I didn't have a good word to say about Craig Dawson.
Well, Craig Dawson today, that was his 10th Premier League start. And to be fair, we probably didn't even think he was going to get 10 appearances this season. He's been a rock at the back. Diop, as you said, was solid against today. Creswell, for me, he's improved so much this season, and it's just his confidence on the ball. You see him playing little 1-2s in our box, and he likes to get down and he can whip a ball in. And I'll tell you what, I know he ain't going to probably be mentioned in Hammer of the Year at the end of the season, because there's been a few players that have been a lot better than him, but he has been he looks so comfortable on that pitch now, and I'm really pleased for him. I'm pleased for that, and it don't matter who comes in at that back 4 this season. They've all stepped in and done a job. Balbuena done it the other week. Ogbonna has been solid all season. Soufal, Fredericks when he's had to come in, Ben Johnson when he's had to come in and do a job. You know, it's good that we're finally, after a few years of trying, we're finally getting a settled back 4 that are confident, and they've got Fabianski behind him, who I think he's in the best form of his career, especially his West Ham career. I think some of the saves he's doing. I mean, the goal Tottenham scored, he couldn't do nothing about it, but there's other things that he's done in the game. He's kicking, his little saves down at the front post, and it's just it's a joy to watch West Ham at the moment. And I know people will think, oh, you're only saying it because you're winning, but when people sit back like rival fans, and they think about what we've watched and witnessed over the past few seasons at West Ham, what we're seeing now is especially like you. I think the commentator said it before the game. Today we're going for 4th spot in the Premier League, where last season we was hoping to finish 4th from bottom. And that's the difference between this season and last season. And it's just the consistency in the runs.
And I think we're cut out, because what you're saying about the defense, I think you're right. Because you look at it like, just a few seasons ago, do you remember how many just silly mistakes we were making game after game after game, just stupid mistakes? And I think that's probably down to the coaching, a lot, because you don't really see them sort of mistakes in the side, in the defense at all. Everyone's got a level head. And I think Diop today, some of the clearances he made was, that's the sort of clearances that does win you points. And I think, for him to be able to have been left out of the side, he got the coronavirus, lost his place, hadn't been in the side for a while. People were talking about, he was being talked about being loaned out, being sold, all of that. He was never getting in the side. He was behind Balbuena. Balbuena obviously picks up a knock as he's warming up. Diop comes in, and he's been brilliant. He's took his chance, and I'm really happy for him. He's still a young player. So
I mean, second half we get they've just brought on Gareth Bale, and you're sort of there thinking, oh, here we go, and then bang, straight away we get another goal, which the linesman give offside. I'm glad Lingard's obviously finished it, because if he'd have stopped, he wouldn't have scored. So it was a great finish from Lingard.
That's why the linesmen are supposed to wait. They're supposed to.
No. I couldn't understand why he's put his flag up, but I'm glad that the line referees overruled it and he's give the goal, because it was a goal. He wasn't offside. Then they was looking for an handball. Then it looked like it come off the Tottenham defender, so it would have been offside.
It's like they were trying to do everything they could to do.
I mean, let's find something while we can give this offside. But no, it was a great finish from Lingard. And what's that? He's third in 4 games now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's honestly what a signing he's turned out to be. Just a shock of his fitness and how fit he's kept himself. It's unreal. And I think if he keeps this up, we've got to find a way to sign him.
It's credit to Lingard how well he's kept himself fit. Because bearing in mind, before he joined us, he only played a couple of cup games for United, hasn't played in the league all season, but he's just been unreal. And as you said, I mean, there's probably teams looking at him now. And, if he's happy at West Ham and West Ham can agree a deal, then definitely bring him in.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to, I was speaking to some Man United fans, and they was like, for Lingard for Rice. Like, Rice shouldn't even be in the conversation. I saw a thing with David Moyes as well, saying like how Rice is basically getting on his back to try and bring better players in and make the team as good as it can be. And Rice is pushing him for that.
That's
and I think that's important. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's, you know, so you can see he's invested. And I think if we continue to do that, he will. There's no reason why he wouldn't want to stay in European football.
I think Nicky's muted. Have you muted yourself, Nick?
Oh, yeah, can't hear.
I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate.
I'm about to change the microphone. I don't know what's going on with that. Power's gone on.
Yeah. But no, that's what I mean. If we want to keep him, if we get European football, that's another great thing to say, right? Yeah, come on, Declan, we're building something here, play in Europe with us, you know. So I don't see why he would want to push to leave. So any deal for Lingard, if it became like the only way you get Lingard is if you lose Declan, you know, as much as I love Lingard, I wouldn't do that deal. We should be able to get him. I saw 15 million, paid 15 million for Lingard, and you know,
15 million pound for a 28-year-old.
Yeah, but he's coming from that's look at it like coming from Man United. You're always gonna have to pay more. You always pay more when you get.
Listen, I think 15 million is too cheap. The way he's
playing, it's too cheap. I don't know how much longer he's got on his deal, but I think you got to factor in that
1 year.
One year on his deal when he ain't played for him. So
I said this at the you know, in the some of the fan camps. I think I said it in the watch along as well. It's just a shame that the fans ain't there because the fans would love him. The fans would love him, and I'm not saying just about the performances, but I'm just saying about you know, keeping Lingard here because the fans would have taken to him now like a duck to water. Yeah. Like they would have absolutely adored him. You know, they like a trier, they like a hard worker, they like a boy with a bit of talent and all that. And he's got all of that in his locker. And to be fair, I was one of them people saying we didn't need him because we was overfilled in that position. You know, I was worried about the striker situation, but he's coming in. He's a breath of fresh air, and it gives us that little bit of energy that we was just lacking at times. Like,
it's not only that as well, mate. He brings experience of playing at the very top.
Yeah, of
and there's no ego. You spoke about egos earlier. He could have been one of them players that come in with a bit of an ego. Like, look, I'm from Man United. You know, I've played for England in the World Cups. You know, but he don't. He looks like, and you see by the celebration for his goal. You know, the team spirit there. I mean, he looked like the Pied Piper and all the. I don't know what
Declan was doing. Like, is that drums?
Yeah, Fornals was playing the trumpet or something like that. It was. I love to see that. I love to see that because they've obviously worked on that and they've probably thought, look, listen, when I score against Tottenham today, we're doing this. And he's gone out and done it.
Team celebration. That's what you love to see. You know, is the team spirit has just been, I think, a big factor of why we are where we are. Everyone seems to be getting on. Everyone seems to. It's just that whole morale, everything part in the club, in the dressing room.
They got one back on about the 64th minute, Mora with a header at the front post, which you could sort of blame Creswell. He switched off for a second, and that's what happened in the Premier League. You switch off, bang, they're back in the game. And I thought, I must admit, I was fearing the worst because I was thinking to myself, "Oh, here we go. You know, I can maybe see a little bit of a comeback here, and they could go on and win this game the way they was playing, the chances they had. I mean, that chance. I think I knew when we won that game was when that ball looped over him, hit the post, and it didn't drop to Sanchez. It dropped to, I think it was Creswell, who's just hoofed it up the pitch. And I thought to myself, right, that's it now. We've won. Because just before that, Gareth Bale had an unbelievable chance where he hit the crossbar. I thought Fabianski saved it at first. I was clapping, thinking, go on, Fabianski, but he didn't. He got nowhere near it, so I'm taking them claps back.
I think what people have missed as well, because Bale hit the crossbar there, the chance just before that, I don't know who missed it. It went across, and there was two players that came, drilled it across. There was two players, and it just come off with his heel or something, and went back to the game.
I was expecting a goal.
A game-changing moment was when they had three like on two, I think it was, and Kane smashed it across, and Declan Rice somehow has got there. And this was just leading up to the, because I think it went back to Kane, and Kane knocked it out to Bale, and Bale's hit the crossbar.
Yeah, that's what the chance I was talking about. It was Rice that got his foot to it.
Declan Rice, yeah.
He's like the one
who fucking come off with his heel.
No, Declan Rice. Great.
There was another one, I think, where the ball was going to Son, and Declan just sprints down and intercepts it before it goes to Son. And if it goes to Son,
I'll tell you, right, on them forums as well, I say this because I picked out one special one and I saved it just for this, because I see a guy say, like, their midfield's terrible. Like
what?
He said, like talking about our midfield, he's going like, we should be smashing these up. Like they've got Antonio, but they've got nothing else. Their midfield's terrible. Our midfield will piss all over theirs and all that. And I thought to myself, there's just a prime example of a typical blinded Tottenham fan.
The thing is, though, mate, as I said to you yesterday, they're saying about our midfield's terrible. Go back to that same forum 2 weeks ago when Souček got sent off against Fulham. They were celebrating that he wouldn't be playing today.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I'll have a little laugh during the night. I'll just release one every now and then and give you all a laugh.
Yeah, but no, it's good. Like they're looking up at us. You know what I mean? Their necks are sort of looking at where we are in the table when we're looking at bigger and better things. And
they can pretend it don't hurt them, but it does. Of course, it hurts them. We ain't spent hardly any money. You know, we've got David Moyes as our manager that people were like rival fans slating him, laughing that we've got David Moyes. And we're sitting 9 points clearing them in full position where they should be. They should be in the top four, but they're not. They can sit there and go, oh, yeah, but we're in the Carabao Cup final. Listen, they can be in that cup final. Good luck to them at the end of the day. But, do you know, is that really what Tottenham want? Finish 9th in the Carabao Cup? Of course it ain't.
Listen, they've still got a massive hurdles to go to win that fucking cup.
Yeah, as someone just said, we've got no striker as well. No, you know, so we're doing well. Let's just go about our business. You know, we'll keep going. If it does fall away towards the end of the season, so what? What we've achieved now is more than what any of us thought at the beginning of the season. So,
I said that. I said, right, Dan was so nervous during the watch along. I said, I'm not nervous because I didn't expect it. We're safe. Like,
but yes, I know you're
nervous when we're looking over our shoulder, thinking, fucking hell, like a Villa going to win today. Like if we lose today, you know, are West Brom going to win? Are Fulham going to win? You know, I ain't got to worry about that this season. I'm just enjoying myself, just enjoying it. And I know I've been a miserable bastard at times because I'm getting proven wrong again, which I'm so happy about. But you know, I think it could have been a little bit more cemented. I think.
But the thing is, the nerves a lot of time come from wanting something. So when something's in your reach, you think you want a dream, and you think, can we just stay here? Can we just keep this run going? And nerves come from wanting to keep that run going. I'm never going to go in relaxed, going, do you know what? If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. I want to see West Ham win. I want to see West Ham do well. I don't want us to just be making up the numbers every season. I want to see us kick on, and now I'm hoping, and I was saying on Friday night Pint, you know, the big thing for me is whatever we do in this season, you know, if we finish 4th, 5th, 6th, I want to see what we do next season, because so many times we've had one good season and we'll have 2 bad in relegation battle. If we can build on it
as well, defines what we do next season, because if you get yourself into the Champions League and all that, and I'm not saying that, you know, by some minor miracle we do that, or we get ourselves into the Europa League or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, if we do that, that will determine what sort of quality of player we can bring in.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's just finished. Leicester have just won 2-1. So, you know, at the moment, Leicester are sitting second. The West Ham are sitting 4th. Imagine if it finished like that at the end of the season.
Yeah,
the Premier League don't want that. UEFA don't want that. They don't want the Leicesters and West Hams mixing it in with the big boys in the top 4. But do you know what? Credit where credit's due. You've got 2 managers in Brendan Rodgers and Moyes that know what they're doing. They've got players that are working hard for both teams. And as you said, Nick, if we get into that top 4, it attracts a bigger and better players, because players will be out there now looking at West Ham.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you say?
I said we have got to buy them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that. I know. And it comes down to that as well. I mean, you can't get into the Champions League and not spend money. You can't go into the Champions League and not bring in a top striker. You can't, because you're just going to get embarrassed week in, week out. You know?
Yeah.
But listen, let's just see what happens. Let's just not get carried away. Let's just go game by game. We've got City next. Obviously, tough game. Best team in England at the moment, playing unbelievable football. So we're in a good position. We're in a good position. There's a lot of happy hammers out there. There's probably still a few people that are upset with how good David Moyes is doing, because they wanted me. I've noticed a few people that used to give me stick about backing David Moyes. I ain't seen them lately, but probably waiting for him to sort of, crash and burn and fall down. But it is what it is, isn't it? Some people just can't give credit.
Mm.
No, I mean, like, you got to listen. You got to give him credit. This is the first time he's ever beat Jose Mourinho. this season. What a way to do it, and that is the thing is with David Moyes. Obviously, the big thing for him was he hadn't beat any of the so-called big six sides and things like that, and now we've done it, at West Ham, and yeah, I think like he's proven himself every single
when
week.
you think about the way the season's gone, the turning point of our season really is probably that 3-3 game earlier on.
It was a turning point in their season as well.
Yeah, it's so significant, that game, when you think about
it. Well, I spoke to a Tottenham fan, and he said they've said that was because they was.
I don't know if you see the what you was watching it on, but just before they showed Lanzini coming out of the tunnel, and Mourinho and him were talking to each other, and I bet Mourinho was thinking to him, "You bastard, you ruined my season." But
yeah, they must have mentioned, had a little chat about that goal, surely. But yeah, no, it was. Honestly, I'm buzzing, and we deserve it as fans. We've It's been a shit few seasons, and we've had this coming in. And we was talking in the actual watch along as well about how different this season is to the last season at Upton Park, because of the whole. It was about Pint, and obviously you got credit to the other players and the manager, but we had a real special player. Whereas this time around, it's like it feels more like the team. And as a unit,
the thing is with this team, we've got workers that never give up, and that's what we've been lacking a lot of over the past few seasons. We've got two midfielders that just give it their all, stick their head in. Don't mind taking a knock; they get up straight away. You got players like Bowen, Fornals, Lingard, Benrahma that can come off the bench, Lanzini. We've got Masuaku coming back soon as well. We're forgetting about him. He had a great start to the season. If we can get him back before the end of the season, it'll be massive to get him back. We've got to wrap Antonio up in cotton wool. Just don't let him train this week. Keep him off the training pitch. He's a fit enough player. Let him go in the gym, do a bit of cardio work or whatever. But it's important that we keep him fit. And as you said,
maybe leave him on the bench for Man City, maybe, and see. It's depending on how his body's feeling.
Well, the thing is, he's got a week to recover now. I thought he was going to be on the bench today, but Moyes just chucks him in, and that's what if he's fit enough to play. I've always said if a player's fit enough to play, they start. If they're fit, why keep them on the bench? I think if they start a game, it's harder for them to get into a game when they're coming off the bench than starting a game.
I think the thing is, sometimes it's a case of I'm going to keep him on the bench and only bring him on if I have to. Like, if we can get the job done without him, we'll try and do that. If not, we've got that option. I think sometimes that's how listen. Obviously, Antonio's got to listen to his body, and I think he's always been quite good at that. He knows when it's time to come off and when he's not quite feeling it. So if he can go, then yeah, let's go.
I thought Benrahma done well when he come on. Good footwork, caused Tottenham trouble down the left. There was that chance, wasn't it, where it looked like he was going to be put through one-on-one when Lloris come out and miskicked it. And I thought, if that fell to Benrahma, he's just going to lob it in. And I thought 3-1, happy days. But no, he'd have been frustrated not starting today. But even when he come on, he come on with a smile on his face.
Yeah. And he came on at a difficult time, really, when you think about it.
Well, literally, he come on as they scored. They just scored. So it's a difficult. I'm surprised that Moyes maybe didn't hold him back for 5-10 minutes just to see how it goes. But for credit to Moisey there, he's just gone, no, go on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And obviously Noble coming on near the end. I was glad to see Noble being on the pitch for this win, because I know how much it would have meant to him. So he comes and helps us see out the game.
Noble come on to literally waste a bit of time bringing on a sub in the 94th minute, and obviously just to sit in front of that back four with Rice and Souček just to soak it up, and as soon as he gets it, boot it out. But yeah, listen, this win would have meant so much to him, even though he ain't playing no more. But listen, it's a great win, great result. Mourinho's upset. I've seen his interview. He's probably right what he said. The better team lost, but listen, who cares? All that matters is the result on the screen. Like I said, they had 20 shots. We had 4. We had 4 on target. They had 4 on target. So,
yeah, that's it. That's all that matters is the points and the results. No one's going to remember who had the most possession, all that bollocks. Go and fucking cry, Mourinho. We've got the 3 points. We're in the 4th position and we're chasing for that, mate. And they'll be lucky if they get Europa, really.
I think there's going to be a couple of shouty households in North London tonight, to be honest with you. They're all locked in. It's all going to shit for them.
Yeah.
Well, what makes it worse is that if Arsenal pick up a win against City, they go above Tottenham as well today, which I don't think is going to happen. It'll be difficult for Arsenal to beat City, but you never know. You never know in football, and I think that will just top Tottenham's weekend off, won't it?
That'll pile on for them, won't it?
Losing to West Ham and Arsenal going above them. Fucking hell. Jeez. Mourinho, I already see people on Twitter after saying Mourinho has to go and things like that. They're already turning on him. They was turning on him a long time ago. So, some of them never wanted him there because of his Chelsea.
I'll be honest, mate. You know, like, all seriousness about Tottenham. I don't like Tottenham. Never liked Tottenham. Don't like their fans and all that. But they have had a golden generation here. They've had a golden generation that they should have done something with. Like Champions League final, bottled it. You know, semi-finals, bottled it. You know, Premier Leagues, bottled it. For the last 4 or 5 years, they've had a golden generation. A bit like England back in 2002, that sort of era. They've had a lot of good players, and they're falling off by the wayside. They're starting to get older. I can't see if they don't win that. I don't even think the Carabao Cup will save them. But if they don't win or do something this season, I can't see the likes of Son and Kane wanting to stay there their whole career just to win nothing. You know, they're players that are good enough to go on. Harry Kane can look. Sergio Aguero's on his last legs at Man City. He could go and play for Manchester City easily.
Harry Kane's 27 now, and he's coming to the peak of his career. And this between 28 and 32 is when a player really peaks. And listen, Kane is world class. He's a world class striker, and he's scored goals. If you put him in a City team with what they've got creative wise, he'll score 30 plus goals a season easy.
But that's what I'm saying. And it's coming to the end of it, and I love it because they've done fuck all. They've sat there for the last 5 years, bragged about how big they are and how fucking massive they are, and they've done exactly the same as what we've done, and we've been absolute tripe.
Yeah,
haven't we?
Yeah, long may it continue. By the way, did you guys notice YouTube?
Spain? Well, what's the point in going to Spain and crying into your beer? There's no point. They lost it. They didn't win it. It's not like they've won the Champions League or won the Premier League. They've done nothing. They've done absolutely fuck all, but wasted their money going to watch them lose. Done nothing. And you know, and that's what I'm saying. I can't wait for the day that Kane and Son leave. And I don't think that day's too far away now.
No.
I mean, like as I said before, like this is how arrogant they are. 3-0 at West Ham when they was playing us. They was fucking putting the Premier League trophy in their cabinet.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, unreal.
Yeah, listen, most fans of other clubs can be the same, but I think their ones are too over the top. You know, the way, as you said, you go on their forums, the way they talk about us, and I always look at West Ham forums, and I never really see anyone mentioning. Whenever there's a thread on there, West Ham versus Spurs, they're just talking about how it's set up, and not we must beat these. This is their funeral and all things like that. Like, come on, like.
This is why popped in last time, didn't they?
Yeah, this is why us, Arsenal, Chelsea, we love getting a result over this lot because we love seeing the meltdown, and long may it continue.
Absolutely. But well said. Now, I was saying, did you notice I fixed the YouTube comments? I figured out how to fix it.
What happened?
No, what I did was I just tested it. I went on my phone as logged in as us, and it lets us comment, and I just put ... and commented. As soon as I commented as us, everyone else could comment.
All right.
So now you know, there's the fix. So everyone's had their comments. But no, like I said, on to Man City. And that's like I said, that anything we get out of that is a bonus. Do you know what I mean? That's one of those games. We're not expected to get anything at all out of that game. So let's play with a little bit of courage. And we got a point against them last year, you know. So
yeah, I think then we play Leeds, Man United, Arsenal coming up. So there's a tough with them Wolves and Leicester. So there's another tough run of games. But look, when you're in the Premier League and you're in the top four, these are the games you look forward to. This is where you prove how good you are. And if our players can just keep fit, you know, keep going. Listen,
we had a tough run at the start of the season where we weren't expected to get any points, and look where we came out of that. So, you know, let's see what happens, mate. Let's see what happens.
There was a guy in the fucking comments there, Soul React, who got blocked. I don't know what he said. I didn't see it, but.
He was just basically going on. I just blocked him because we don't need Tottenham fans in here today. We're all happy hammers. We don't need them.
Let them come. Listen.
In the game, funny enough, I didn't see him at the watch along. There was thousands of them when they was winning 3-0 the other month.
Yeah,
just went missing. I don't know where they go. I don't know.
I didn't manage to catch the We Are Tottenham boys today, but I'm sure I'll see a few videos going around later.
Yeah, there was on Twitter.
I went on there during a watch along, and I've said to Dan, "God," someone said it's like a funeral in there, and it was at 2-0. And I was sitting there and I was watching it. And I was thinking, God, like that, they're just staring into space. And I realised that it paused.
I need to bloody go toilets.
Yeah, no, I think we'll end it there. We're all happy. Listen, fourth place. Yeah. I think Man United play tomorrow. I don't know how sound like
today.
Oh, tonight. Yeah, it's tonight. So I'm going to have my dinner and watch a bit of the Arsenal City game, I think. Come on, Lions!
Happy hammers. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to like. Because on this video, come on, we got to get some serious likes on this after we beat Tottenham. 4 points off of them. Give us your thumbs up. Yeah. And on to the next one.
This will be my last video for a couple of weeks because I'm moving. So, yeah, good. All the best for the rest of the videos, boys, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
If we start losing, well, you have to come back quick.
Yeah, if we go 2-0 down, just send me a link and I'll log on somewhere wherever I am. No, I'm going to miss it. Especially the Friday night pint. I love that show, but sooner I can get it back and get Wi-Fi up and all that in the new gaff, then yeah, we'll be back on. New setup as well. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much for joining us and listening to West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. You can go and check out all the content that we've just done before. You can check out our Patreon and our merchandise store, which some of us are thinking. Dan's got his M&M Direct. But we're thinking you can find
what jumper you got
on? Come on, your arms.
Oh look, we're coordinating. Look,
all I can see is hammers, and all I can see on mine is nipples.
I ain't received any of the new gear, you know.
I've got it all in the box here for you, Dan. I ain't seen you, mate.
All right, yeah.
What do you want from me? Thank you very much. One thing left to say. Come on, you are.